Hey again. All right, so in this Excel assignment, linear models, you're going to be making some decisions, and then you're going to be applying that to your situation and creating a linear model. Now, I'm going to, of course, not do this for you. I'm going to do a similar one. So my example here is my savings account. All right. So first thing I have to do is decide, what am I starting with? Let's say I'm starting with $300 in my savings account. All right. Then I have to decide what I'm doing. I'm going to decide that I'm depositing money because that's what I should be doing. And then I'm going to say I'm depositing $25. All right. So, oh, this should be my balance, not weight. That means I'm starting off in week 0 at 300. Now I need to create this table. Okay. First thing we can do is we can do the weeks without typing them using the same autofill concept. Now, if I start with 1 and I just do this, it just gives me a bunch of 1s. So what I have to do is I have to highlight 0 and 1 together to let Excel know I'm counting. Then I go to the bottom right corner, left click, drag down, boom. I think I was supposed to do this for 10 weeks, so I'm going to do one more. Boom. Okay, cool. Now, this first one I just typed in. And I know that the next one is going to be 325 because I'm starting with 300 and I'm depositing $25 a week. But I want to use a formula from here on out. And the formula needs to refer back to this number, not to this number. So I know it'd be easy to just say, hey, 300 plus 25. And that's correct, but that's not how we want to do it. We want to use our format, which is y equals mx plus b, right? Where m is how it changes, and b is where it starts. So that should be helpful to you in terms of figuring out what goes where. So y equals how it changes is $25 every week. X stays there because that's part of the equation, plus 300 is where it's starting. Okay. Now, couple things. If I'm going to make this an Excel equation, I got to take y off there so that it's equals. And secondly, if I leave x there, Excel is going to be confused, like who's x? So what I need to do is replace this with my cell reference. Now, also there's an implicit operation happening between 25 and x, which I hope you know is multiplication. So I put that sign in, then I take x out and I put my weeks. Now that might seem like a really complicated way to write it, but again, the beauty is once we've written that one time with the slope and the intercept, then we can use our autofill and Excel does the rest of the work for us. And if we're doing it right, we should see the kind of change that we were expecting, which is this is what happens if I deposit $25 a week into my savings account. Pretty soon I have $550 instead of $300. Okay, the next step would be to create a graph. And remember, when you're creating a graph, you highlight the data that you want to graph. Insert is where you get the choices for the graphs. Here we're going to do a scatter plot, and that's going to be my first one. Boom. Now, oftentimes students get confused about getting all of their labels on, which is good practice for charts. I think there may be some layout options here that'll do it for you, but remember that you can also just click this little plus sign and make sure your axis titles are checked. So this needs to change. Axis title on the y-axis needs to change, and axis title on the x-axis needs to change. You've already got labels on your columns over there, so that might be a good place to start. You can do other formatting if you want, or you can just leave it the way it is. Let's see what else there is to do. Use an autofill, bada boom, bada bing, create a chart, put color in your tables. Okay, don't ignore step 7. I'm going to be looking out for that. Part of what you do in your project is after you finish everything, then you want to kind of clean it up and make it pop. You know, you're not a graphical designer, but you can put a little bit of effort into making it look good. Summary question. What is the mathematical name of the pounds per week value? All right, I answered that in this video. I said the word out loud. The significance of gaining or losing weight in the mathematical formula. This question often confuses people, right? If you chose to gain weight, that had an impact on the way you wrote your formula here. What if you switched it to losing weight? What would you change in your formula? That's what that question is getting at. And then the last question is totally opinion question, but again, just checking to see that you're actually reading all the questions and answering each one, which is one of the skills we've been really hitting all semester. Okay, that's it, guys. Talk to you later.